This card is freaking amazing, and so many players at the Las Vegas Regional were using, which actually gave me the idea to do a video about it. Now, it does come in a couple of rarities: secret, common, and that's pretty much it. And the secret is not too expensive. I really feel like this card can not only have an impact on the game right now, but it's a card you should pick up before it skyrockets in price, seeing that the secret rare print is so freaking old that it could be at least a $20 card. I'm TheCaliEffect, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, then you should go ahead and destroy the subscribe button. But more importantly, go ahead and slide your way in to the notification bell, because we just too strong. Without further ado, I present to you the ultimate answer to Trickstar, and this card could possibly be a really secret tech hand trap. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to give a shout out to all of my real ones that did not skip through this video to try to find out what card this is. You guys are fucking awesome. The card that we were talking about in question is Chaos Hunter. Now, this level 7 Dark Fiend monster with 2500 attack and 1600 defense has some unique abilities. It can be special summoned to your side of the field by discarding one card from your hand when your opponent special summons a monster. The next thing is that your opponent cannot banish cards on the field. So before we get deeper into this card, I think we need to talk about this card and its interaction with Evenly Matched, because if it did have a positive interaction, I would have said, screw this. We're not even going to clickbait title this as Destroys Trickstar. We're just going to say it's the answer to Evenly Matched, and more people would click on it, right? Right? Am I right? Am I right? Okay, so basically, let's say you control Chaos Hunter and your opponent would evenly match you. You would still have to banish cards, because evenly match forces you as a player to banish cards on your side of the field, while Chaos Hunter specifically states that your opponent cannot banish cards. And even though it is an opponent's card effect that's using it, it's forcing your opponent to banish cards. So unfortunately, it does not have a positive interaction with evenly match, but that does not mean that this card is less of amazing. It's actually a really good card and has some awesome matchups that I'm going to be explaining to you guys. Starting off with the SPYRAL strategy, it looks like this card doesn't have some great answers to the SPYRAL strategy, but at the same time, it has some really good answers. So just in case you guys decided to be savages and completely mainboard this, because who doesn't hate Trickstar and wants to win that Trickstar game one, then, you know, it actually does have some decent benefits. Again, SPYRAL prevents the banishment of rescue and mission to summon more SPYRALs from your graveyard and hand, respectively. Those spell cards could really get around, and possibly is the extender that the SPYRAL strategy does need to summon their second monster. Now, on the downside, it does prevent Quick Fix from being banished, so you guys probably want to watch out for that. You don't want Quick Fix to keep going to the graveyard, and all I have to do is just keep summoning it through Chaos Hunter. But it also prevents Trigate Wizard from using its effect. Seriously, this card makes Trigate Wizard its bitch. Mainly because Trigate Wizard can't negate and banish cards, or Trigate Wizard can't even just banish cards outright, and it's stronger than Trigate Wizard. So when your opponent starts going into that firewall Trigate Wizard, you just sneak this card in, and then you be like, hey, Trigate Wizard, you mean nothing to me, and now I can break my opponent's board. It does prevent SPYRAL Sleeper Summon, so, I mean, dealing with that, your opponent's probably only going to have SPYRAL Tough to get rid of Chaos Hunter and no other main board outs, because Chaos Hunter is a very strong body. And it also prevents a newly card that SPYRALs are starting to run, Pseudo Space, from using its abilities, banishing SPYRAL Resort to gain its effect. So Chaos Hunter does have some pretty unique properties against SPYRAL. It's not very optimal as putting in a sideboard card into it where you can place other cards, but if you guys decided to main board it, it's not a completely terrible card. A matchup that it doesn't have a great time against is Pendulum Magician, and I know SPYRAL might have been spiraling out of control when it came to this card, but Pendulum Magician just kind of handles it with ease, unfortunately. It does prevent Psyframe Lord Omega from activating, if that ever means anything to you guys. If they decide to go first and chart making the Omega combo, you just summon Chaos Hunter, you have a 2500 attack monster that they now have to deal with. Against Trickstar, this is exactly why we would be siding this card, is because it prevents Trickstar Reincarnation, which furthermore prevents the No More Droll and Lock loop. Now, people are trying to wonder, hey, TheCaliEffect, how do I summon this card against Trickstar? Well, Lycaris has the ability to summon itself by returning Trickstar Candina, and that's probably the thing that they want to do, seeing that Candina is going to get them another search for their normal summon. So at the time that they're summoning their Lycaris, you can summon Chaos Hunter, and now their Trickstar Reincarnation Reincarnations are turned off, basically preventing their strategy. Also, keep in mind, this card also stops Eater of Millions, a card that is being very well played inside of the deck because your opponent can't banish with Eater of Millions. It's just going to be a really nice monster for Chaos Hunter to eat up. The next thing that I really want to talk about, and it's very big use against Trickstars, is that Trickstars basically have no way to get over this card. Keep in mind the card that I was just talking about, Eater of Millions, is there out to most of the opponent's bigger monsters, and Chaos Hunter has a 2500 attack body that can't be stopped by Eater of Millions, so they have to go into extra deck plays, and I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be more prepared for those extra deck plays that they could make, and again, it's not going to be fun for them. It's going to make them dedicate more resources. Against ABC, I've actually seen this card being used against me, and I hate it because it completely prevents me from summoning ABC Buster Dragon, and it prevents me from using its effect. So it's not great if ABC Buster Dragon is already on the field because I could attack over it, or a player could attack over it. But if you summon it at the right time, you just look at it like, nigga, how do I get over this card? Like, it's kind of big, and I can't summon Buster Dragon. Against Infernoid, it stops Fairy Tale Snow, or even more importantly, against Lightsworn, or any deck that sends Fairy Tale Snow to the graveyard. It does have some awesome interactions with Fairy Tale Snow. Now, the problem with this card and its interaction with Fairy Tale Snow is that your opponent could chain. Actually, yeah, it does activate. You can discard this card. Yeah, it does activate. Your opponent could activate Fairy Tale Snow in response to the Chaos Hunter's activation, and then on resolution, Fairy Tale Snow would flip it face down. So be very mindful of that interaction. But if this card is already face up, no more Fairy Tale Snows. It also stops all big Infernoid monster summons, all little Infernoid monster summons. The only card you would have to be scared of is Decatron. This card has so much value and so many uses against all of the top decks. But more importantly, I want to stress that if you guys are having problems with Trickstar, then yes, this card is going to be a pretty good answer. A lot of people are looking for it. Looking on TCGPlayer, when I first looked at it, they were $3. They shot up a little bit to around $5-ish, maybe $7 for some first stats. I pick them up now because the market is looking really scarce on that, and it's a really good card. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. If you want to support the best channel in the world that just hooked you up with a really, really good tech that before it shoots up to Cyframe Gamma price, then go ahead and check out my Patreon. I have some awesome rewards for you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.